bitch out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The boys are back. This is Take a Sip Sports official episode 2 because we may never release episode 1. We'll find out. But I mean, without further ado, Carter, how are we doing tonight, brother?
Doing pretty good. Just got home from high school baseball practice. I know you probably just got off work here a couple hours ago. It's a good night to talk about sports.
It really is. I mean, to come home after a long day of grinding and get to talk about sports with the boys is really all I could ask for. And really, without further ado, I mean, let's get right into it. We're going to start it off today with a little bit of baseball. We're going to get into some other little sports, and then we're going to dive deep into the NFL scheme. Week 4, absolute bombshell of a weekend. Week 5, going to be an absolute bombshell again. The NFL is NFL.
They are king.
It really keeps me on toes. And you think about it, they own one day of the week. Sunday is NFL Sunday, and you cannot tell me any different. They own Sunday.
I would say they own more than one day a week. I would give them Thursday and Monday also. But
and here's the thing: is now you got the London games. So really, if you're a DGen, you get up at 6 a.m. for that London game. You are watching football from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night Pacific, and that is just absolutely nuts. But I didn't watch the did you watch the London game? I didn't watch the London game.
I saw like the last 2 minutes of it, probably when it was good. That was probably the best part of the fucking game when Will Lutz nailed that 61-yarder, but then fucking bink to tie the game. Yeah. It's
double fucking posties.
Yeah.
That was brutal because it looked like it was still had that forward momentum going in, and it screwed him, really.
Oh, it was a good kick. Don't get me wrong.
It wasn't. And from 60. What was it? 62? Because it was 1 yard longer than 60. It was
no.
Longer.
So I believe he hit the 61 before, and then the Vikings went down, scored, and then he was hitting the 60, and then it binked.
To tie the game, to go into overtime.
Yes.
So that means that the Vikings somehow come out with a win.
I would have loved for him to hit that because then we could potentially saw another Andy Dalton, Kirk Cousins tie in London, which would have been an absolute anomaly. The first one was. Doing it again would have been fucking mental.
It would have been a show because it really shouldn't have happened either because it's supposed to be Jameis on the field, which is crazy. But
Jameis is dealing with like six broken vertebrae or some shit like that.
Jameis is screwed. Jameis is messed up.
You're not eating them W's, huh?
No. He's got a fat L in that back pocket right now.
Yep.
But we started off. Oh, my bad. I did say let's get into some baseball, Bark. What happened? What happened this week that may or may not be record-setting?
Well, the thing that happened this week, I'm sure a lot of people know, or if you're just tuning in, Aaron Judge hit number 62, which is the true record, which is the true Hall of Fame record that's going to be in the books. I see your face over there. I know you don't love it. But I'm sorry, if Aaron Judge was on juice, he would have hit 85 home runs this season.
It's facts. It's facts.
He hit number 62. He cleared Roger Maris. It's what he needed. It was a big weight off of his shoulders. And I was glad he got it done in the first AB because then, like today, he didn't play. So luckily it was a doubleheader because we rescheduled it because of the lockout to start off the season.
Yeah.
And he did it in the second game, leading off the game. Pitcher threw him a fucking slide piece right down the middle, absolute hanger, and
on that third pitch just fucking cranked it.
Yep, Judge took it. I actually saw a breakdown today, which was funny. There was a fan trying to go for it. Wasn't necessarily funny. Fan trying to go for the ball.
No, it was funny.
He fell over the fucking thing.
No, I think what he was trying to do, he was trying to get just down to the dugout in case it missed the railing and went in the dugout.
Yes.
Think about it.
That's a big brain player right there.
He was thinking beyond and above everyone else.
Yes.
But of course a Rangers fan had to catch it.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks that a Rangers fan had to catch it, but like, I mean, what can you do? Hopefully the Rangers and Judge treat him accordingly. I think they should. I know Judge is a class act, so he probably got anything he wanted.
Yeah.
But actually, has it came out yet if he gave him the ball back or not?
I don't think it's out because in his presser yesterday or whenever it was 2 days ago, he said that fan is entitled to the ball as much as I am,
Yeah,
which
and
is a
he
class
and
act.
he said that for the 60 and the 61st also.
Yeah. And then the record breaking ball, like wow.
Yeah. No, Judge is strictly there this year to win a fucking World Series. He doesn't care about his personal accolades. It's which is why I love the guy so much. I would hate to see him leave, but you know, you love to watch him go, you know, as that saying goes. But yeah, I mean, Aaron Judge hit number 62. It's huge for the program. It's a big weight off his shoulders. I think it's huge for the Yankees that he finally got it done. So, like he said, everybody can actually just sit and watch his at bats instead of standing up and recording like a bunch of fucking jackwagons. But
yeah,
I don't know. It was good to see. It's good to see.
Go ahead.
He's at the top of the history boards forever. Record will probably not be broken. And yeah, good for the guy because a lot of people. It was a big year for Judge on a contract year. Yeah, so,
especially for the Yankees. The Yankees needed that, but at the same time, I felt like they definitely could have come out of the season with a few more wins. Doesn't matter, no, but they definitely could have came out with a few more wins because you saw how hard Judge was swinging that bat.
I would have liked to see 100 wins for the boys, especially with the blazing start that we got off to.
Yeah.
But we fell one game short. And I mean, I believe it would have been the third time in the past 5 years under Aaron Boone's reign where the boys got to 100 wins, which would have been nice. But, you know, one game short, it wasn't a horrible season. There was a tough couple stretches, but
you guys got the bye. It doesn't matter too much. You guys are going to lose to the Astros anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Exactly like I said back in episode 1.
And I think even you guys potentially lose to Cleveland if Cleveland gets out. No, I think you're sleeping on Cleveland a little bit.
Chance.
No, I think you're sleeping on Cleveland. I think you're sleeping on Savali. I think you're sleeping on Tristan McKenzie. I mean, I told you last week, the Guardians have the lowest strikeout percentage in the league. And that's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
could be a big problem.
I mean, our record against them lifetime is 56-21 in favor of the Yankees. So I'm not.
Which, come on. That's not. You can't look at that. You can't look at that. The Yankees have been a team forever. The Yankees have money forever. And then you have on the other side, the Guardians are just as cheap as the Orioles and every other team.
Yeah, they are. Well, they're that also is another like good little topic right there. Just fucking piss poor owners not spending any fucking money, but
or not having the money in the first place.
Yeah.
Which, that being said, I do, before we get into playoff talks, I do want to take a little moment. Stephen Vaught, Oakland A's legend. If you guys don't know the name, learn the name right now. Visalia boy.
Hats off to the man.
Hats off to the man. Because listen, I was scrolling through Twitter today. I see one video. It's his kids announcing his name.
Just an absolute treat.
And brought me almost to tears.
Same.
And then I clicked on the post, scrolled down in the comments, expecting to see just some degens just talking shit. And I see on his last ever major league at bat, bomb. He hit a bomb.
You can't get much better.
And listen. Guess what his first major league hit was?
A bomb.
Now that is fucking sick.
I mean, you
don't get a better send-off.
Nah, you can't. You really can't.
And if you watch that video of him jogging around the bases, he looked like the happiest kid in the entire world. Mm-hmm. And he's been doing it for 10 plus years. 2-time All-Star catcher, 10 years in the league. He played for six different teams, spent most of his time with the A's. Really just a Visalia dog.
Visalia dog. Yeah, you love to see the boys coming out of the valley.
Yeah.
Absolutely tearing up the MLB. Back to the Yankees Guardians though. I'm sorry to cut you off there. I'm pretty sure we had a nice little 3-game sweep against them earlier in the year.
Earlier in the year.
I mean, I don't mean to cut off Mr. Voigt like that, but
no, it's fine. It's fine. But if you look at how they've been playing this last I'd say half of the season, they're hot. They split a series with Houston. They beat Tampa in their series, who I believe they play in the playoffs. I think first round they play the Rays, don't they?
Do you have the picture pulled up?
They do. So it's wild card right now, Cleveland, Tampa Bay. And this is all set in stone because baseball regular season is done as of today. Mariners, Blue Jays, Seattle, and fucking Toronto, Canada. We got San Diego and New York Mets on the other side, and then Phillies and St. Louis. Can we imagine the Cardinals go all the way? Pujols, Game 7 of the World Series. Bam! Bam! And then on the other side, you got Molina behind the plate in Game 7, Wainwright pitching to him. They all retire at the same time. If they beat the Dodgers, I'd still have the biggest smile on my face, no doubt.
I mean, to see Yachty, Wainwright, Pujols get that like last little shot in the World Series would just be absolutely lovely.
It would be beautiful, man. It would be beautiful. I have so much respect for Pujols, fucking legend. Same thing for Yachty, one of the greatest to ever play. Catcher position. Even he wasn't a bad batter either. But yeah, that's what we got. And then on the buys, got Houston and Yankees, and then Braves, LA on the other side. I mean, what's your prediction for these wild card games?
So let me pull up the tell me the first games that are happening on Friday. And
everyone plays on Friday.
Everybody, okay.
We'll go Cleveland, Tampa Bay.
5-game set. I'll go 3-2 Guardians. It'll be real close.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be really close.
Because Seattle, Toronto. I don't think Toronto loses. I'd like to see the Mariners go because they broke the streak, but the Blue Jays don't lose that.
Yeah, the Mariners need another year or two to marinate. They're not. They had a good season this year. Glad they made the playoffs, but Toronto just, I believe, has the better just the straight up better not necessarily pitching staff. I mean, Gosselin's nasty. Jose Barrios or whatever whatever his name is, he's nasty, but the stars that they have, George Springer, absolute playoff experience.
Bo Bichette has been playing absolutely phenomenal.
He's been hitting the crap out of the ball.
He has been hitting the crap out of the ball. It's double after double for this guy. I don't get it.
Vladdy Jr.'s nice.
Yep.
They have good pieces all around the field. I'll go 4-1 Seattle. All right, 4-1 Toronto. My bad.
Well, it'll be 3-1 now.
Yeah, you're right. 3-1.
Yeah, I would make the same exact pick there. 3-1 Toronto.
And if there was a game 5, regardless, Toronto would win it.
2-2. 2-2. Yeah, 2-2. It's going to Toronto.
Yeah.
Switch over to the other side. Phillies, Cardinals.
Cardinals 3-1, no question.
If the Cardinals lose, I'm going to be really, really disappointed, especially because, I mean, the Phillies don't got shit.
The only person that could change the series is Bryce Harper. If Bryce Harper absolutely becomes fucking him,
If he becomes him, that's the thing.
like he normally is for the most part, though. Normally he's him. When
Yeah,
he's not
but
injured, he's him.
we're talking one guy because I mean you look at the pitching staff of the Phillies. You got Cinder shit,
Shit.
Bailey fault shit.
Nola's good.
Nola has his days.
Nola's solid.
No,
Solid.
Nola's solid.
He's solid.
I only say he has his days because sometimes he doesn't get the K's, and sometimes when you're betting on the K's, you need the fucking K's.
Yeah, but he's a nice little sinker ball changeup guy.
He is.
So it's all just.
He's got what, a good 3-pitch arsenal, I'd say. Three, 4 pitch maybe.
I think he throws 3 pitches, maybe 4.
But I'm going Cards 3-1. You? Cards 3-1.
Yeah.
And then we got the Metskis and the fucking Padres.
No question. That's 3-1. How are the Padres gonna get through fucking Scherzer and DeGrom? That's 2 games right there locked up. You could take to the bank.
And when I'm starting to think about it, really, the Padres have really come to a screeching halt late in the season, which is not what they needed. They have not been playing very well. I mean, you drop 2 games to the White Sox. You almost sweep the Giants, whatever. But I mean, I think Manny Machado might just show up big, bro.
Yeah, he will.
And that's the thing, if Soto turns it on, then everything changes.
Our bad to Mr. Nola. He's a 5-pitch pitcher.
Oh, he is? I apologize, sir.
Fastball, curveball, sinker, changeup, cutter.
Okay.
Our apologies, Mr. Nola.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Nola. We'd love to have you on the pod sometime if you want to come. We don't mean any disrespect to you. You're a great pitcher.
0 disrespect.
But don't want to talk about you anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if Juan Soto becomes Juan Soto in these playoffs, then it's going to be a different story. But what we have seen from him since he became a Padre, I don't like. Machado's a fucking stud. All Dodgers people hate him, but he's a stud.
I don't hate the guy. I don't. I respect him because he's a great goddamn player.
He's a fantastic player.
Fantastic.
Top 2 third baseman in the league.
Easily, without a doubt. Yeah, but
we're going to see some of the best third baseman play in this series of our lifetime.
Facts. And Marte's not playing, which I know is not a big deal for the Mets, but Marte's not playing. So that means the boy, Danny Berger, is going to have some nice at-bats.
Cheeseburger is getting his opportunity.
Danny Cheeseburgers.
Is Marte back? Is it his back or is it a wrist injury? I saw something.
I believe you're right. I think it was wrist or finger. I believe.
I thought it was something light, but those are like those nagging injuries that kind
of. Exactly, and that's who I really. I mean, I don't. Not talking about the Braves right now, but to see what's his name? Their shortstop.
Swanson.
No. The short guy.
Oh,
Albies. To come back from that injury and then to fuck up your finger like that, that is brutal, man. Brutal.
Albies is a stud too.
He is so good, dude. He is so good. But I mean, that's playoffs are getting started Friday. It's going to be a banger. The Dodgers are playing for 2 World Series. In reality, the confirmation of the 2020 Mickey Mouse season, still a World Series, but we need to win 2 because we've had since 2017
Mickey Mouse
4 seasons over 104 wins, and we got one World Series to show for it. So that's a problem.
I saw a stat, or I was listening to a stat the other day. It was the Yankees have like 24 or 22 or 24 100 win seasons. Can you guess what the two teams in second place are tied? Can you take a guess of how many times they've done it?
100 win seasons?
100 win seasons. 2 teams are tied. They're 2 West Coast teams.
Should be the Dodgers right now. And West Coast. It couldn't be. Is it the Giants?
You're
It's
you're, you're in that vicinity.
it's not the A's. No, it's not.
They were tied with the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers just broke the tie this year. Yeah.
Wow. And look at him now.
Look at them now,
Look at him now.
huh?
Hey, but to be honest, as much as I talk shit on the Coliseum in Oakland, that place looked on fire today. On
Yeah.
fire for Vaught. And
Yeah.
that was really, really cool to see. Good send off for the guy.
Yeah, it's good to
Um,
show a good veteran like that some respect.
Yeah, I mean, two-time All-Star. Like this is no scumbag we're talking about. We're
Nah,
talking
no,
about a quality player.
yeah, no slouch. And then another thing I had for the record books when we passed the or when we went through the postseason, Garrett Cole broke the Yankees single season strikeout record yesterday.
Even though he's a
Huge.
bum.
Huge for the boy. He did give up too many fucking dingers, and I'm not gonna like that in the playoffs. But yeah, congrats to Garrett Cole for being an official Yankees legend now. He broke a record, so official Yankees legend.
Agreed. I just need him to stop talking shit, not backing it up.
He's a weirdo. Hey, no disrespect to Garrett Cole. Again, you can come on the pod whenever you want, but
And think about it. Most great pitchers are fucking
weirdos.
Weirdos.
Mhm.
It maybe DeGrom's a bit normal. DeGrom's a bit. I mean, if we're gonna compare him to Garrett Cole and Max Scherzer,
Yeah,
DeGrom is the most normal. I mean, Kershaw I think is pretty normal too.
he's just
Obviously
quiet.
out of his prime at this point. He is quiet. He's a little different, but
Is he gonna be back for the playoffs?
yeah, he's back already, baby.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He pitched today. He didn't pitch too bad either. He only gave up 1 run, so
Nice.
not bad. But with that being said,
Another thing on baseball though, before we
Yeah.
skim past it and get to other things, this might be a little bit too early, but I saw a topic on the internet is where is Xander Bogaerts going to be spending probably the rest of his career? He's a top 3 shortstop statistically all over the board. A good guy, I believe, to have in your locker room. I'm pretty sure a lot of people like him. The Red Sox couldn't get a deal done almost in Aaron Judge like fashion at the start of the year. But where do you think he's going to go? I believe he's an East Coast guy. He feels kind of an East Coast guy vibe from what I did. But yeah, I mean, you do have the Dodgers out west. You got the Padres, but they don't necessarily need a shortstop when they get Tatis back because it'll be, I believe it's going to be after the All-Star break though next year, so it'll still be a while. But yeah, I mean, there's some teams that do need shortstops, and shortstop's a big part of the plan in making a good team.
But that's a big price tag guy, and that's why I'm so official. The Red Sox are not keeping him as of right now.
I don't know if they're necessarily keeping him, but I think from what I heard through the Red Sox Yankees series is they're kind of pulling a Judgy with him, where they're lowballing him a little bit, see what they could do, or he could walk and hit the open market and see what he gets from there.
I'm done with the disrespect for MLB players' payment. I mean, you think about it, when people get paid, how often are they really, really falling off?
I mean,
you don't really see. I mean, Manny got paid. Manny's still playing ridiculously well.
Unless you see a catastrophic injury right now with like how the way sports work.
Yeah.
Typically when people get paid, they almost become better.
And with the exception of injury.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to pay them. It goes the same thing with Judge, because Judge could easily go somewhere else. I know he's a Yankees guy. I know you want him to stay. But you think about it, there's a lot of teams with a lot of money right now who could use a big hitter like that. Even Bogarts. I mean, they fought for the batting title all year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind Judge takes it now. But Xander was right there in that 315, 316 batting average. And with the skill on the defensive side of the ball, he shouldn't stay with the Sox because the Sox are not going to be a franchise for quite a few years still.
They're
They
they're
they are in rebuild right now.
they're in rebuild mode, and it's tough to see because they have. I mean, not it's not necessarily tough to see as a Yankees fan. I love seeing the Red Sox suck, but they got good pieces. They got Story. Story couldn't stay healthy this year though. They got
Bellows not bad.
uh
Rich Hill is shit.
third baseman. Rafi.
Oh,
My
I love Rafi, bro.
Rafi, my man that's always packing a fat
Absolute
hog,
hogs.
an absolute hog in his mouth at all times. I absolutely love to see that. That's when you know you got a good baseball player. When he's packing an absolute fucking hammer
Well,
every
and
single game.
exactly. And I was looking at it when I first realized how much of a hog he packed. And it's not just gum like these other guys do. Like it's obviously some red
It's
man,
it's
some
straight
chewing.
it's straight loose leaf tobacco, and he's chewing on that
You
motherfucker.
think he's on the red?
I think he's a red man guy, but
Ah,
hey, we might get canceled for that. It's America's best now.
is it?
It's America's best now. They had to change
Ah,
their.
still tastes like shit. So
Nah, you didn't like it. You stop hating on it. Stop hating on it, you asshole.
It's miserable, but I love fucking Devers. Great player. But yeah, that being said, I think he pays a fine because what I was reading is if you were in the league before a certain time, I don't remember the years,
Mhm.
you were able to chew tobacco, but then they banned it. So if you do it now, you have to pay a fine.
I thought it was you can't be caught putting it in.
But that wouldn't make any sense because they're just gonna sit there the whole time and just make sure you put it in before you walk out of the locker room, and then it's fine.
Well, no, like you could go to the side of the dugout and like pack it. But like I saw like the maybe like a month ago, DJ LeMahieu got yanked out of the game. We're giving his legs some rest. He was literally sitting on the front of the bench, can of coke, just right
Well,
in, and the TV's caught him. I think that's when you get the fine. I don't know if it's every time you because if he's getting the fine every time, the Red Sox better be picking that shit up for him and
facts.
making him not pay for it.
But how long is has DJ been in the league?
I think he's a 10-year.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. There was a certain time, it's just been, I think it was 2017, maybe. Don't mark my words. That's when they banned it. So if you're in the league before that, then no repercussions at all.
Really. Oh yeah, it was around 2016. Yeah. So it would have been the 2016 CBA, which went in effect on probably 2017.
Yeah. 2016, 2017. Yeah. So, I mean, whatever. I mean, the Red Sox technically have it banned as well as of 2016. So, but
Well,
you're obviously going to make an exception for one of the best players on your roster on a shit team. But I mean, that's baseball. You got anything else for me?
um, nah, not nothing much on baseball.
Yeah, it was a good
Yeah.
regular season. I'm really excited for postseason. It's going to be good. It's going to be some banger games, some banger series.
God, they have the Rays and Guardians playing at 9 o'clock in the morning.
No way.
Nine
Well,
oh
that is
seven
where are they playing? Tampa.
in Tampa, or no, at Cleveland.
That's still 12 o'clock Eastern, no? Or is that Central?
It's Central, I think.
Okay, whatever.
But then they have the Phillies Cards 11:07, so only 2 hours after, and then Mariners Blue Jays at 1:07, 2 hours after. But then they have Padres Mets at 5:07.
Okay.
I hate when baseball does this. Why not just start at fucking 9:10, 9:15? Why do we have to make it 7 or 3 or 4? Like,
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, it's really just probably to get more people to the games, but
it's also probably have to do something with TV and shit like that, I bet.
and
But
yeah, but ain't nobody gonna be at that playoff game Friday. If it's starting that early, you said 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in Cleveland,
9 o'clock here.
10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I ain't going to that game on Friday.
It would be 11:07, I believe.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But that's enough baseball for me. Before we hop to the football, there was an F1 race this weekend in Singapore.
Singapore.
It was a wet race. It was an entertaining race. and Sergio Perez came out with the number one spot, top of the podium.
Whenever
Great race from the kid.
whenever there's a difficult track with, I feel like, some wetness, some weird shit going on around the track, Perez is always the one to step up.
And he's the don't forget, this is the Mexican Minister of Defense we're talking about. This guy, not single-handedly, but very, very assistedly helped Max win the title last year.
Yes.
I don't think people respect his name enough. This guy is a great, great driver. And I think my favorite part of the entire race, it was because they went on a race got delayed. So after a certain time, they only have a certain time limit they can run the race. I think it's 3.5 hours for Singapore. The race usually lasts 2.5. It's a long race.
Yeah.
So the race got delayed. So the race ended up ending on time rather than laps. So few laps, maybe they were going to race another 7 or 8 laps. And they pulled up Sergio's radio message, and his engineer told him, he said, Sergio, we're under investigation for safety car violation, because I guess Sergio may have slowed down behind the safety car before all the lights were out on the safety car, which is a no-no. You got to stay up because that's the pace setter.
Yes, you're the pace.
So after he said, we're under investigation for safety car violation, he said, let's disappear. And Sergio took a 1 second gap to Leclerc to 7 seconds in 7 laps. And now 7 seconds, for most people who don't watch racing, doesn't sound like anything. But 7 seconds on the Singapore street track is absolutely nuts.
It's bonkers on a circle track.
Well, in anything. And that's the thing too, is you have to think about, these guys have already been racing for 2+ hours. Humid, wet, and top. You are 110% focus for the entire time. If you let off, you end up like the 6 or 7 cars that retired from the race. 7 cars out of a 20-car field. That is insane. But it was an interesting race. It was podium, Perez, Charles, and then Sainz, I think. Don't quote me on that. Let me pull it up right now so I don't sound stupid. That was a good race.
What happened to Ferrari? I felt like they were at the start of the season really doing some things, and then now they just can't get past Red Bull.
And they threw it away, and
like they normally do.
Yeah, they threw it away. At the same time, Red Bull has a really, 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 really good car, and they have, debatably, you can say no, the best driver in the field right now. For me, without a doubt, in Max Verstappen.
They have the best driver in the field by far right now.
That's just you can disagree with me if you want. I don't really give a shit. But it was Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, 1, 2, 3, Lando and Norris 4 and 5. But there were 6 retirements in that race, which is
Lando.
Listen.
The Lando 4?
Lando's nice. Daniel is done.
That McLaren car is kind of shit.
It is terrible, and the only reason they were really up there was because of their retirements. They pitted correctly, and it's a really, really, really hard track to pass on. I mean, Max finished 7th, started 8th, finished 7th.
Started 8th? Did he take penalties?
No. So qualifying Q3, he was on his hot lap. They told him abort. They didn't have enough fuel on board to be able to take a sample, because you have to have enough fuel for a sample after qualifying. So they aborted it. He ended up starting 8th, which doesn't really affect him that much because
he's already really running away with it, right?
I think it's impossible for him to lose the title now. He also did a 2-stop. Everyone else did a 1-stop. But yeah, Ferrari, they started screwing up at first with the pits. They should have definitely pulled a bigger lead in the front. The Ferrari team is in shambles right now. We'll see how they get on next year, but
good car, but figure out the whole team situation.
Yeah, and now you start to really see how strong Red Bull is and how strong Max is. Like when you
Mhm.
can pull a gap like Sergio did in the wet, it's really it's really
Were
really
they on
impressive.
wet tires or inters?
They never went on full wets. It was inters the whole
Oh, okay,
time,
it was
and they
inters.
might
Okay.
have gone. I don't remember 100%. I believe they went on slicks at the very end.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, that's it. We got Japan coming up next. This weekend, sweet.
sweet.
Japanese
Sick.
GP is badass. Not the best passing track. It won't be the most entertaining race, but it'll be really really exciting. But yeah, that's it's F1 for this week. I think let's get into what the people want to hear about.
Yep.
The people are here. The people are here for week 4 NFL. I know for me,
Well, it's week 5, but we're gonna recap week
well,
4.
we got yes,
Yeah.
we're coming up to week 5. We're gonna do a little recap on week 4 for everybody who missed it. I was in shambles all day Sunday. You probably were doing a little bit better than me. Um, it was a messy Sunday.
My
Well, messy Thursday. Let me not forget the Thursday night game.
yeah. Well, that's where we could start.
I think we start Thursday night. We had the Dolphins at Bengals in Cincy with a extremely scary injury.
I literally thought we saw a death on the football field.
I'll be honest, at first, when they were zooming in on just his hands, I said, it's got to just be a finger injury. But then he kept throwing up. He kept his hands up in front of his face.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started to get a little worried. I said, oh, that's not good.
Not good.
That is not good. So yeah, he went out right before the start of this, right at the end of the first half, with a I'd say concussion for sure.
He has CTE for sure.
Well, so and here's the thing: is the week before he had gotten hurt, stumbled off the field, and I can agree with the team in saying that was potentially a back injury. Because when you stumble like that, you lose. When you're tackled like that, and you lose nerve connection, it takes you. It's like when your feet fall asleep sitting on the toilet, your legs fall asleep.
I
No,
don't know.
listen.
I don't know if I
Listen,
agree with that
listen,
one.
listen, listen. Am I saying it 100% was not some kind of head injury? No. It potentially could have been, but I'm leaning towards back injury the previous Sunday
Against the Bills.
against the Bills. Went through concussion protocol, which was an absolute mess. The NFLPA has now fired the medical professional who looked at him, and not even necessarily for improper diagnosis,
Just
but it was because of the way I guess the doctor handled the whole process, which worries me a little bit. Micah Daniels, I don't think he's really at fault too much here because it's really not in his hands. I personally, if I was a coach, I'm not playing him though. I'm not playing him then next week.
I wouldn't play him either, but when the medical professionals are telling you, yeah, he could go, and Tua's like, yeah, I could go as a true football player,
Yeah,
he's just gonna be like, yeah, well, let's go. Let's see.
exactly. Which is a pain. Yeah. So Tua's out now this coming week, still in concussion protocol, and then after that, the NFL did change concussion protocol, their entire concussion protocol. So now it's anyone that's showing gross motor instability is removed from the game, which I stand with. I'm done with seeing the CTE. You know what I'm really done with is the late hits. Why do we have to late hit? Why? If you
Well,
already are seeing the guy go to the ground, I know you're already headed that way, but we can make a little little move to the outside, maybe miss the guy, or maybe just not go in head first like everyone does.
I don't know. I don't have like necessarily personal experiences
I don't either.
on a
I don't
late
either.
hit like that or anything, but I feel like as a 300-pound man, it's pretty hard to change. I mean, I get they are elite athletes and everything, but like as a 250, 300-pound man, and you're just reamed in on let's kill the quarterback, like not actually kill the quarterback, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the easiest way to win a game. Clearly, just get the starting quarterback out of the fucking game, and then let the backup just fuck it up after that. As we saw.
And that's Teddy B didn't. I mean, for
He
Teddy B
didn't play.
not playing, he didn't play bad. 14 for
No,
23, 193 yards, 1 TD, 1 inning.
yeah. I
That's
mean,
not half bad coming off the bench, not playing a game this year.
it's not bad, but
But I also credit that to Hill and Waddle, some of the two of the better wide receivers in the league.
Waddle didn't give me shit for fantasy this week.
Me neither, but that was most likely being exposed by Eli Apple, Jesse Bates, Mike Hilton, and Von Bell, which they're not all
Eli
bad. They're not
Apple
all a package. Eli Apple is the worst cornerback in the league.
in
I'll
the
stand
league.
by that
Yeah,
forever. I don't know why he still plays the game.
it don't make any sense.
He really
Like
is.
move positions, go play safety so you don't have to fucking guard anybody, dude.
Exactly. Anything. Just go, because you can't get a hand on the ball. You can't catch the ball. You can't even mark. I mean, I know Hill's ridiculously fast, but we got to be better. Got to be better. Joe Burrow finally turned it up.
He did a little some.
20 for 31, 287, 2 TDs, no innies. And this was the most surprising stat for me. 1 sack. Only 1 sack on the boy. Now, he did have quite a few pressures, but for that Bengals O-line to potentially finally have it figured out is a big step, especially to go 0-2. They went 0-2 to start the season, didn't they?
Yeah, because they lost to the Cowboys in week 2 and then Steelers week 1.
Yeah. So I mean, and with Joe B throwing 4 picks, I think it was, to now throwing no picks. T. Higgins went absolutely off. T. Higgins actually had a slight ankle injury, came back, 7 catches, 125 yards, 1 TD. He also completed a pass for 23 yards.
Yes. T. Higgins is a
animal.
monster.
Yeah, and really my big topic about that Bengals game is the depth that they really have at the wideout right now.
Mm-hmm.
Chase was double marked that entire game. And to have T. Higgs come out, and T. Higgs always kept in the dark.
But Boyd isn't no slouch either.
Exactly. And I was going to mention him next. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like they have some depth there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see where the Bengals go this coming week. But it's yet to be seen, because you can't. It's a little bit of a overreaction Wednesday now.
A little overreaction Wednesday. Yep.
But yeah, before we get into the rest of the slate, I'm going to go over some week 4 injuries real quick, because there's some big ones. So you fantasy owners, listen up real closely here. As many as you know, Javonte Williams, done.
Year.
LCL, posterior lateral corner, and potential ACL tear. So that's multiple ligament. He might not even come back 2023.
It's going to be a tough push.
Odds say no, and that's the sad thing for me. It's a 64% chance to come back with a single ligament tear. It is a 30% chance to come back after multi-ligament. I'm just going to tell him now, please just hang up the boots. Let's be done. You went out well, but if you come back and we're going to it's just so hard to come back from that.
Especially as a running back, when you're so explosive, it takes almost, like, as we're seeing with the Saquon Barkley, like, it takes almost a full year to get your grips back under you and
exactly
really become that dude. But you're still never going to have that straight line like you had before, or even like the side to side cuts. But
and that's the thing that makes me sad, is he'll never be Javonte. I mean, he'll always be Javonte Williams, but he's not going to be the Javonte Williams we saw last season and the beginning of this season, which is sad.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor is out Thursday night. Guys, take him out of your lineup now. I know Karter already did. High ankle sprain. I don't want to say it. Maybe 3 to 5 weeks, 3 to 6 weeks. I don't want to say it.
Low end 2 weeks for sure.
I don't want to say it. We do have some depth there with Nyheim Hines and Philip Lindsay, but take him out. He's done right now. He's done for a few weeks. Obviously, Tua's out. Also, potential high ankle sprain for him, which is unfortunate. Jamison Crowder. I thought at first it was maybe just a high ankle sprain. broken ankle, IR, done for the season. Isaiah McKenzie, concussion protocol. And then there was a big lit. I mean, Cameron Bright concussion, Brian Hoyer, Shaq Leonard concussion and broken nose. His season debut.
Yes.
By our own fucking player, man.
I saw that he broke his nose. Like,
oh my God, watching that. I almost turned the TV off. I'm not going to lie. I was done. Isaiah McKenzie and then Tua all on concussion protocol right now. And then Cordell Patterson. He'd hurt his knee pre-game, came in, played the first half, but he is going on IR for a minimum of 4 weeks, which is a big hit for that Falcons team. Being the Falcons, listen. The Falcons are not a team to slouch on this year.
No, I really thought they were going to be hot garbage too.
I did too, and still, I ain't vouching for Marcus Mariota.
I'm not either, but
they're really they could very easily be 3-1 right now, very easily. But that's really all I got for on the injury side. A lot of teams are hurting right now. A lot of teams.
Yeah, I went through like the whole list, and like I was scrolling. I'm like, dude, I'm seeing like almost 15 to 25 guys on every single team. That's just fucking and they had like each team had like 3 to 5 names that were like big names, like key contributors to the fucking squad. So I mean, football is a game of injuries. You gotta somehow stay healthy or just power through the injury and then try to play the best you can. But
yeah, without getting re-injured too, which is I think the worst part about it. You can't just come back. And I mean, that being said, I say we just hop right into the Cowboys-Commanders game talking about Dak. Dak's timeline, I think, is 2 to 3 weeks now. Are they going to bring Dak straight back in place of Cooper? Or are they just going to let Cooper ride it out for a few more weeks, let Dak heal fully, and then get back into it? Because Coop's 4-0.
Well, that's exactly what I do. You touched on it a little bit. I would let Coop ride, let Coop eat, trust in the ginger process, and just when Dak's fully fucking healthy, then you bring it back, because the drop off between Dak and Cooper is like just it's right there. It's not like fucking Justin Herbert to fucking Chase Daniels or fucking Matt Stafford to I don't even know who the fuck
Kenny Pickens or some shit.
Yeah, like it's not that big of a drop off. The boys are actually playing like fairly well. Our defense is probably a top 5 defense in the league, honestly.
Against the Commanders.
I'm saying even the previous weeks before.
I don't disagree. What are you saying? Top 5?
Yeah. You got the Niners, Denver.
You know what ESPN ranked the Colts at?
Dead last.
26.
Jesus, that's basically dead last.
But listen. There's we gave up 21 points in the first quarter and shut them out in the second. Explain to me why that happens. Explain to me why Derrick Henry, the train, who usually takes a while to get off from the station. It's usually that second half when he really turns it on.
He was
going ham in the first half.
He was butt raping you guys in the first half.
But forget that. We'll get back to that later. The Cowboys 3-1, beat the Commanders up pretty bad. Coop.
Yeah, this site has it's called Sportsnot. I don't even know if this is a good site, but they have him ranked 4.
Khalifa Kush is that guy, bro. Cooper Kush is that guy. Cooper Kush is that guy.
Cooper Kush is really fucking good. And I saw that Noah Brown did get hurt, which I do not like.
Yep.
Because I thought he was a big target for Cooper Rush. You know, those typically when you have those practice squad guys like come up and play with the backup, typically they have the best connection. But CD finally fucking went crazy against the Commanders. Again, it's the Commanders. They're battling for that 1 overall pick.
Just looking at the receiving for this last game, the Cowboys don't have depth. They don't have depth with the wide receiver. You got CD, Noah Brown, and Zeke. Gallup 2 catches, 24 yards.
He did have a tud, I think, right?
He had a ton.
Yeah.
And then Tony Pollard and Dalton Schultz. I don't know really what they're going to be able to do with that, especially when you have Zeke going 19 carries for 49 yards. Like, what are we doing?
Well, we did get for circling back to the wide receivers for the Cowboys, we did get Deontay Johnson from the Steelers this past offseason, and he did break his foot in the first week of training camp. So I don't know his timeline because that's probably a good 2 to 3 month process right there. I've never broken a bone, knock on wood, but it's probably not easy, especially for an explosive wide receiver like he is. But I think once we get him back, the wide receiver core will be better. It was a tough loss to lose Amari Cooper, but we needed to get him off the books. We were just paying him too much. Yeah, we pay Zeke too much. He needs to get off the books too.
I mean, and it's America's richest team. So you guys really, I mean, let's think about it.
Yeah, but it's
the
tough.
Cowboys got to be better.
It's tough in the NFL when you do have a salary cap, and the salary cap is only going up because NFL is king. But
and it's tough when the Cowboys are just complete hot shit.
Yeah, we're not hot shit right now though. Better than the Colts. So
well, don't want to talk about that shit yet. I mean, what do you got next?
I mean,
Eagles, Jags. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Eagles, Jags. Jags come out first half to an absolute rumbling start.
Balls a blazing.
14-0 start. Mm-hmm. I was getting worried. I said, Ethan's got to be in shambles right now. This team is done. Fraud team starting 3-0. And then they come out in the second quarter and put up 20. And then they go on to win the game. The Eagles might be that team.
I don't see them as a necessary Super Bowl.
Not yet
per se, but when you have as good of as when you are beating the shit out of people in the trenches on both the defensive line and offensive line, your team's gonna be fucking good. And they got Darius Slay on the corner. Dog. They got AJ Brown, fucking Deontay Smith, fucking
Miles Sanders,
dog. Like they have a boatload of dogs. I hate to say it out of the fucking coming out of that NFC East bracket, but I mean you could probably mark it in for them winning that division right now.
Yep, that's done and dusted. I'm not gonna forget about the Jags this season though. 2-2.
No, you
put up a fight.
You can't sleep on the Jags right now. They're actually playing pretty good. Trevor Lawrence is playing pretty good. Doug Peterson got something working over there. It's better than Fraudmeyer.
Well, and he got a great reception going back to Eagle Stadium too. That was cool to see.
Yeah, that was cool to see because Russell got absolutely booed when he went back to Seattle.
Yeah, so. Russell's a bum anyway. So Russell did give the Raiders their first win of the season. How about that?
How about them Raiders fans?
How about them Raiders?
I know. I was actually watching the game with Tony up in Fresno, and he was he hate to call him out, but he's not the biggest football guy because I know he's probably going to be watching this. Not the biggest football guy, but he is a Raiders fan, and he did kind of lock it in for the fourth quarter, but the first three were kind of tough to watch with him.
Yeah. So when you're saying not a football guy, are we talking about how we're divulging into the game?
Yes. Like when I'm watching a fucking Cowboys game, fuck my phone. I'm gonna lock the fuck in. I'm fucking screaming. I'm yelling at every fucking thing. Like especially if I'm by myself, even if I'm with people, he had a couple fucking cervezas in his body.
Yeah, locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked.
So what was going on with Tony?
This.
During commercial breaks or during the game?
No, during the fucking game.
Whoa,
like I'm sitting there watching the game. He's scrolling on TikTok and shit. And I'm like, Tony, big play. I'm like, Tony, big play.
See, and that's where I lose it. Now, if you're going, sending a quick text back to the babe, whatever. Got to do what you got to do. Send a quick snap, whatever.
Yeah.
Post on the B reel real quick, whatever. But if you're gonna go in the middle of a game and scroll through TikTok. Politely, I am watching the game with you.
Yeah, politely get the fuck out of the room.
Exactly.
I didn't even care for the Raiders either. I didn't even care to watch the fucking game at all.
But it takes away from your viewing experience
Yes,
when you have
it
someone
does.
and you're hearing the fucking TikTok songs going off in the background. Like, what's going on?
Yep.
But yeah, so Raiders come out 1-3, got the dub. The Broncos are complete dog water.
They have a fantastic defense, but Russell is a shell of himself, and that is to put it nicely.
I mean, if they didn't have Jerry Jeudy and Sutton on the team, like that team is even more in shambles.
Yeah.
The Raiders, I think potentially this is a stepping stone for them to turn around that season, especially because they did not go away from the run. The last game they lost, they went away from the run. This game, Josh Jacobs, 28 carries, 144 yards, and 2 tuds with a 43-yard run. This is what you need to see from the Raiders. I know you have Dak. I know you have Devontae.
Derek,
I'm sorry. Derek, I know you have Devontae. I know we got Waller. But you just got to be better. You got Max Crosby on the other side.
If Derek doesn't have it that fucking game, then run the fucking rock, baby.
True, exactly. And just keep running it, because it's not like they're not going to be able to change anything.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to change anything. They're not going to be able to do anything. So the Raiders probably going to still in the season under 500. Screw the Raiders. They suck.
They're coming in third place in that division.
For sure. Packers, Patriots. Exciting game. Brian Hoyer.
It wasn't Hoyer.
Injured.
Yep.
Bailey Zappi coming in. The Zappi train.
The Bailey Zappi.
Absolutely rolling in Lambeau. 10 for 15, 99 yards, a tud. I mean, they lost, but
in OT though, to
it's Bill Belichick, exactly.
Super Bowl winning or Super Bowl contending team in the Green Bay.
Let's say playoff contending. I don't think they have a chance making it out of the championship.
Well, I mean, they got Aaron Rodgers, so you can't ever count the guy out. But
it is true. But yeah, also I'm looking at Tampa Bay right now. Tampa Bay's got Tom Brady. Can't ever count Tom Brady out. But Tom Brady might end up hooking up with Kim K if this thing with Giselle doesn't end up working out. So what's going on over there in Florida, Tom? What's going on, Tom?
It's tough to see a marriage absolutely crumble from a dude that's one of the greatest football players of all time. And
and the marriage failed because football.
And it's tough because like the man lives and breathes football. He can't do anything else without fucking football. So like it's tough to see a wife like give no budge or a woman to give no budge on that. But
but at the same time, I can also feel for her a little bit. You got Tom coming back after 2022 season, babe. I'm done. I'm going to be back at the house. I'm going to be spending time with the kids. I'll get to kiss my son on the lips a few more times every day. And then we'll move on. And then to turn around and rub her face in the dirt. Brutal.
Fuck her though, bro.
Facts.
Fuck
I agree. Forget about the woman. Tom, maybe I don't think he could have I don't think the nose job needed to happen. That's the thing. I think the problem is for Tom right now, he's not getting enough air in. He's not being able to think clearly here. And that's why
open up them nostrils. That's
why the tablets keep getting slammed. Him and Ken ruined it for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But the Packers are going to be the Packers. The Packers are 3-1. Aaron Jones had a nice game. Aaron Rodgers, not the greatest game, but not bad. I mean, you're working with Lazard, Dobbs, Cobb. It's really not a bad fucking whiteout set.
It's not horrible, but it's not a top tier one like he's been used to with Devontae and a couple of the other boys that they've had running around for his tenure.
Exactly. And not the worst defense, but obviously bad enough to give up a touchdown to Bailey Zappi. So that's a bit of a problem on the Packers side. And then let's see, Chiefs Bucks. What did you think of that game, Chiefs Bucks?
I
mean, the Chiefs are back.
The Chiefs are back. Patrick Mahomes is him.
Dude.
That little spin play, and then he just like to fucking CEH. But fuck the Chiefs.
So disgusting. This
Fuck,
guy is so
yeah,
disgustingly good at the game.
he's filthy. He's absolutely mental at the game. And
And,
for the people that hate on Patrick Mahomes, I get his brother's a little bit of a TikTok guy, a little bit of a wishy-washy character. But even his wife, don't really like his wife either. But
no.
the fact that he's able to block out all that talk and just ball, impressive. Hats off.
And ball at a level that has rarely been seen for a
Mhm.
long time. I mean, when I saw that play, when he spun off that tackle, slid over on another one, and just fucking,
Mhm.
I sit there and laughed. It's disgusting how good this guy is. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. Chiefs come out with a win, 41-31. And then the Monday night game, it was set in stone before it even happened.
I was in the building.
Karter was in the building. How was the experience from all the way up at the tippity top?
Honestly, even though we were at the tippity top, you actually got a great view of the game because you're almost where like the coaches sit, but like you're equal with them. So
Okay.
like you get to see the entire top side of everything. And like when Ufunga got that pick six, you could see it developing, him running over here to go get this guy. Matt Stafford fucks it up. And then yeah, I mean it was an electric game. I mean, it probably wouldn't have been as electric if the Niners didn't shove their huge cock up their ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, electric game. That was the first game I've been to because I've only been to 49ers games, but the last 49er game I went to was in Candlestick. So like to get that experience of going to Levi's was pretty cool. We did a little tailgate before. It was a vibe. It was sick.
Does it get a little nervy going up that high? You got
You
they're
could
slow pretty bad, right?
so easily fall off that motherfucker. If I had maybe about four more cervezas in me
Oh,
at that game,
might have been a problem.
I would have tripped for sure, 100%.
And that is not a good look because
Because
if you're walking the wrong way on accident because you're a couple surveys deep, it might be the end for you.
I have a size 12 foot, so my foot, like the probably a good inch was hanging over the little like steps, the cement steps that you have to get up and down on, and like I could have easily fallen off that motherfucker. But
Hey, but think about if you did fall, you get paid, bro.
I wouldn't get paid. I'd be dead.
No, listen, George Kittle would be down there. You just on their way down, George. Yeah. And he's just standing down there. He's going to catch you, re-injure his groin, and the 49ers fans are in shambles yet again.
And let's not skim over that absolute killing of a hit Bobby Wagner had on that protester on the field.
Oh yeah, that was great to see. I love seeing the protesters get hit, man.
Probably the greatest tackle I saw in the entire game. Bobby Wagner absolutely lowered his fucking head, speared him straight in the fucking noggin, knocked that motherfucker over. It was great to see. Yeah,
and he got the assist too.
Yeah, with the assist number 50.
He might have just got half a sack there because
I think it was a half.
You could, out too.
Yeah, you could split it up between 50 and 45 right there on the stats for a half sack for both of them. But
I would have loved to see a broken bone.
Yeah, it would have been great. Did you see that dude suing Bobby Wagner?
Yeah, pussy.
But
I mean, you kind of like it has to be in the back of your mind if you're gonna run on the field though, especially run on the field towards the either team sideline.
Either sideline, exactly.
They don't want you on the field.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go?
Especially when they're all hopped up on fucking adrenaline. Testosterone.
Well, and especially that Bobby Wagner's already pissed. They're down. They're losing. They're getting clapped. Bobby Wagner just wants to hit somebody, and he got to.
And that poor skinny white guy got hit.
And another poor skinny guy, Jalen Ramsey, got absolutely manhandled.
Cooked.
Wow.
Cooked. Throw him in the deep fryer because he got cooked.
Debo is that guy.
Debo's really fucking good.
Debo's really fucking good. Super gremlin himself. But with that being said, before we head into week 5,
I have my week 4 picks from last week. I want to do a little recap on
yes,
that.
but
Boys,
there's one last thing we
oh,
need to address, I believe. I didn't want to bring it up, but I think I have to really have to recap what went on Sunday here for the Indianapolis Colts.
I thought we were just gonna breeze right over that and
Absolutely not.
move on into week 5, but
Absolutely not, because this needs to be addressed right here, right now. The Colts are in shambles. Jelani Woods catches the only or 2 of the touchdowns we had last week. And he played 13 snaps this week.
Jesus Christ.
13. Now, granted, Mo Alley Cox did have himself quite a game. 6 catches, 85 yards, 2 tuds. Great. He's also a bit of an animal. But when you have a man that was a weapon for you, 6'7" animal, you're just going to waste him away on the bench? It was a mess. We scored 3 points in the first half. 10 points in the first half, which is in shambles. We were down 24-0. Something I don't really want to see again. We did get a full shutout in the second half, which was good to see, especially because Shaq Lynn did go out in the first half. But I think
to his own teammate.
To Zaire Franklin, which is really, really sad. But big storyline, Matt Ryan. 9 fumbles, 4 games.
I was gonna say, did he have another couple fumbles this week?
How about try two? With one of the highest paid O-lines in the entire league, we cannot protect a veteran quarterback. Are we serious? And I mean, you look at the backside of the ball, Jonathan Taylor, 20 carries, 42 yards, 2-yard rush average. He's an explosive back, but here's the thing. You can't expect him to create something out of nothing every single run.
Yeah, he can. He's gonna be an absolute shell of himself in about 3 years if that happens.
He's already out.
Yeah.
Look, we don't protect the guys. They're going to go out. And we pay the guys who are not even protecting the guys, and that's what I don't understand. If we want to win games, fix the O-line, fix it now, or else, the season's washed. And it happens every year. I get hyped up about the team. Everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, Colts this, Colts that, Colts should be in the playoffs."
Everybody was sucking off the Colts.
And let me tell you, it is so hard to continue watching a team after you hope for them year after year after year, and this year finally we have the team, but no, can't put it together. The Colts are in shambles. We play Denver Thursday night in Denver.
A dub.
It's take the under. I'm nuking the under. It's going to be an extremely low-scoring game. Just because Denver defense is great. Indy defense was great in the second half of that game. Let's see if they can actually do something in the first half. But it's going to be Nyheim Hines running the backfield for us, so that's going to be a little bit of a different scene for that Broncos defense.
Now, to finish off the week 4 recap.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my picks. I actually was on a little bit of a heater this week for these picks, not on the actual prize picks. But we started off with the Dolphins. Thought they were going to cover the spread. Thought Tua was going to stay in. Did not happen. They lost by more than 4.
Devastating.
In the Bills and Ravens game, great game. We didn't touch on that one, but a fantastic game.
Yes, that was a mistake to not touch on. I apologize. We'll get on the next one. That was a great game.
I had the Bills money line. W there. I also, Chase was not with me on the under at 51.5. Dub. Under hits. Then, next play, we had the Cardinals Panthers. I didn't understand this line. I thought it was a hook, but I rode with it. We had the Panthers favored at 1.5. And I said, fuck that. We're taking the plus.
I think we both took the Cardinals on that game.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I think we did because
I'm pretty sure
there is no way Carolina goes and beats Arizona.
No chance. It was in Carolina though.
And
So
Carolina's beat them before.
Yes.
But still, there's no way it's not a double XP weekend.
It was not, and he's undefeated in a non-double XP weekend. So I had the Cardinals to cover the spread at 1.5 and the money line at 105. Take that to the bank and fucking cash it. Also, I had the Raiders versus Broncos at under 45.5. Did not fucking happen. Scratch that one. L. But I did have the Rams versus the Niners. And I did have the Niners to cover the spread, baby. Yep. And I watched it with my eyes, my own eyes. And another little sneaky play I had in there was the under at 42. It's a low number. I rode with it.
And that ripped.
The Niners defense would shut down the Rams. And what the fuck happened? The Niners defense shut down the fucking Rams. And that's another hit. Went 5-2 this week, 10-5 overall so far. So not doing too bad, not doing too great.
California. Whoa. I think we're doing absolutely phenomenal.
Well,
you're 10-5. You're 10-5. That's pretty phenomenal
I'm
for the first 3 weeks of the season. 2 weeks.
2 weeks for we started week 3, week 4. So, I mean, if California would allow me to bet on this shit, then I would actually be making some fucking money. But no, I got to bet with stupid fucking prize picks and they just take all my money. So that's another discussion.
I'm getting on Bovada, bro.
Yep.
Gotta hit the Bovada train.
Gonna have to start betting these money lines and spreads. I got that shit on lock.
Yeah.
But
it's just better.
Yeah, it's just a lot better. And before we get into this week 5 recap, Chase, do we want to do a little bit of buy and sell right here?
I think we should get in a little buy and sell section.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys know, I don't know if you got this far in the episode last week. This is our little buy and sell. We're going to each of us pick one thing, anything in the world, anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Going to buy or sell it. We like it. We don't like it. Carter, what do you got for me?
So I'm going back-to-back sell this week.
Back-to-back sells.
And I don't think it's going to be as hot as a topic as my coffee one from last week, because I got a little bit of hate from that. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit of hate from the coffee take.
I'm still feeling the repercussions.
But I again, not a coffee guy. But that was last week. We're moving on to this week. My sell of the week is when movies show the best part of the movie in the trailer.
What movie?
It don't fucking matter.
It don't
matter.
Any
fucking movie. Show me the worst parts of the fucking movie in the goddamn trailer, dude. If it has good actors, a good title, and a good director, I'm still gonna fucking watch it, regardless. I don't even watch movie trailers anyways, but still, like when I'm watching NFL and they show me this fucking random ass movie and it looks fantastic on the fucking trailer, and then I go and spend my 2 to 3 hours in the movie theater, which is also going to run me like $50 fucking dollars with the prices.
Because you're not just buying the ticket. You're going to go back. You're going to hit the bar because most movie theaters got the bar now.
And I'm getting popcorn. I'm getting a slushy maybe. I'm getting some candy. Like you could just start adding it up there.
Yep.
And then it's an absolute waste of my fucking time. Like I could have just been getting shit-faced drunk with my friends at a restaurant or something for the same fucking price.
Or on the couch.
Yes.
And that's where I'm losing you a little bit on the movie trailer thing, because I can't tell you the last time I've seen a movie trailer, because you know what happens? Sunday comes around, I'm watching the Colts game. What happens when the Colts go to commercial? Red zone.
See, I
zero commercials going on there.
I'm an avid YouTube user, and I'm not gonna pay for YouTube Premium or Plus or whatever the fuck they want to call it. So I just eat up those ads at the start of the video, middle of the video, whatever. They kind of they get me targeted.
What? On the regular YouTube video, I can understand that, but how often are you really seeing? How often? For me, the YouTube videos the ads don't really process right here. I kind of just see it, glaze over it.
Oh no, I if it's a good ad, they lock me in. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I might watch the whole fucking ad unless it's like 3 minutes. But if it's a 30-second one, like
okay,
like that's where I typically will maybe lock in a little
Okay.
bit before the YouTube starts. But yeah, my sell for this week is when movies show you the best parts of the movie in the trailer.
I can get alongside that, but how else are you going to get the people in the theater to watch the movie if you don't show something nice?
Fucking spend some more money on a good fucking set of actors and a good director.
Okay. Okay. Um, I bought last week. I bought Prize Picks last week, I think.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm going to go the same thing as you on the other side. I'm buying. You know what I'm buying?
What are we buying? Long drinks or just
Take
alcohol?
the long drinks and buy them. Nuke these things, baby. I've heard a few complaints about some people saying that they stink.
I have heard the same too when I have brought them up to the boys.
But do they stink when you're not sipping them? Absolutely not.
No, they don't
So
stink at
that's-
all in general, actually.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know what people got against the long drink. I don't think it smells bad. Here's the thing. You're drinking gin and juice. This is just about the classiest quote unquote seltzer that you will get from the supermarket.
Literally. My one little gripe about this drink, though, she's on the fair bit expensive side.
And that's why I said classy. So that's what, for me.
Well, gin and juice is typically a classier high end drink.
Well, and that's the thing is I'm not putting them on the same tier, but close to the same tier. I got high nooners, and then obviously long drinks takes the pedestal.
Yeah, but
because we have class.
are 1B.
Nooners are 1B. Nooners, it's vodka and juice. And we've got to keep it simple. I don't like this seltzer shit. Don't get me wrong. If I'm provided White Claws, if I'm provided beverages will be devoured. But if I had a choice, guys, just take a look. 8.5% right here.
Mm-hmm.
They're great drinks. Great drinks. A little on the pricey side. That's why I don't drink them every day. They're a little too bougie for my lifestyle. But if I'm going out for the weekend, if I'm going out golfing with the boys, there's only one thing that's getting stocked in the cooler, and that is the long drinks.
That's the long drinks.
Great for the course, especially. You don't get bloated from the beer.
No.
You don't feel like shit. They don't got too much sugar in them.
Mm-mm.
You can absolutely kill a pack of these, no problemo.
As we did.
Multiple times too.
Multiple times. Yes. But back to your little seltzer take right there. I was never a seltzer guy, but then I started to get into the Trulies, the black, specifically the black Truly game. But then I found out they gave me a absolute horrific fucking hangover.
The sugar.
Yes.
The sugar.
So I banged those. Big White Claw kick right now. Huge White Claw kick. I'll basically exclusively drink, if we're getting specific, the variety pack number 3.
Number 3.
It's the one with the pineapple, mango, black cherry, and strawberry.
And I still got the pineapple sitting on the counter.
Those puppies bang. They bang. A White Claw goes down really smooth, for me at least. It does give me a little bit of the burps though. Kind of that beer action. It's a lot of bubbles in it. But yeah, an absolute fantastic buy this week from you in long drinks. I love that. I'm riding with that.
I mean, I'd love a sponsor long drink if you're listening. This is the best beverage on the market, guys.
Yep.
Go get them now. Bevmo, Total Wine and More, whatever your store of choice is, go get them now. I can't do I don't mind the White Claws, but I prefer these more just because the White Claws, the carbonation, I feel like just takes over the rest of the drink.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And I do prefer a long drink over a White Claw. But if I'm going for a 12 pack at around the $20 mark, I'll take my White Claw rather than spend the almost $30 for I believe it's
8-pack. 20 bucks for an 8-pack.
Yeah.
Of the variety. So
Variety.
granted,
yes.
If you want to get absolutely hammered, you buy a variety pack, you drink those 2 8.5s, and then you get through the rest, you'll be done.
Yeah. Yep.
You'll be done. But yeah, so I'm buying long drinks heavy this week. Karter's selling. shit movies with a terrible movie trailer that shows the best part of the movie, which I agree with. I mean,
Yep.
that cannot be happening in today's world. We want some suspense, we want some action. I want to look forward to seeing the movie rather than knowing what's going on
What's
before
going
I'm
on?
even there.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Before I'm even there. So, I mean, with that being said, let's get some week 5 predictions going on here.
Week 5. So I have only 4 games this week. I didn't really like I mean, I like the slate as in the teams, but the spreads and the money lines were kind of just all over the place for me a little bit. Didn't really like them too much. There was a giant one in the Bills playing the Steelers at like 14 and a half.
Minus 14 for Buffalo.
Yeah, like come on now, what are we doing?
Yeah.
We know the Steelers are hooking that. But I didn't want to touch it. Wasn't gonna touch it.
So and here's where it gets interesting is you do have Kenny Pickett starting for the Steelers.
And it is in Buffalo. So
I could see that game going very, very badly for the Steelers.
Yes. But yeah, do you want to rattle off a couple games and then I'll see what you got from there? Let's do your 6 favorite games this week.
6 favorite games. I mean, I'm going to start with the 2 of the 3-1 teams in the NFL. I got the London game kicking off early, Giants Packers. I think honestly this could be quite a bit of a wild game.
And this is where I played one of my hands.
Oh, well, let's hear it.
I have the spread still at 8?
The spread is at Green Bay -8.
Yes. So I took the other side on the Giants to cover that.
You're taking the Giants +8?
Yes. London games tend to be a little weird and quirky.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I saw that Jair Alexander might not play. So that's going to open up that back end of defense. And if fucking Zappy could put up 20 to keep it a 3-score game against the fucking the Packers in Lambeau, how can Daniel Jones not do the same exact thing in fucking London?
Daniel Jones and Saquon, keep in mind, Saquon's having not a bad year so far to get
Saquon's
started,
doing
really.
Good. Saquon's doing good. But yeah, I just looked at the spread, was like, it's a little too high for a London game, I thought. So yeah, I'm taking the Giants there.
You're taking the Giants to cover.
Yep. I think and that's if they lose by a fucking touchdown, still winning.
True.
That's how I thought about it.
True.
I said I love that 8 number because they could still lose by a touchdown, field goal, whatever, and I'm still winning.
Yeah. That's probably gonna be a game that I will be up for, sadly, which means I just degen football all day on Sunday.
Oh, I was gonna say no chance I'm waking up for that game, but
well, you know how my schedule is, so I'll probably be up anyway. Looking, there's not really a lot. I mean,
there's not a lot I love this week.
There's not. I mean, Bengals Ravens should be a good game.
Didn't touch it. It'll be a good game, but I didn't touch it.
It should be a good game. Eagles Cardinals. Eagles should go into Arizona and absolutely blow these guys out.
Another one of my plays. There we go. You're hitting. I think just straight up, Eagles just have the better team on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
Facts.
They're gonna win in the trenches, and the trenches is what really matters in football.
Yeah.
Even with everybody still with spreading out the defense, I think the trenches still win this game. So I'm taking the Eagles at -5. Is the line still 5?
The line is still 5. I'm siding with you there. I'm taking the Eagles -5. I'm not touching over under. That's disgusting at 49.
I'm also going to take the Eagles money line.
Okay.
I'm 2-2 plays on that game. I think the Eagles absolutely go in there and dominate the Cardinals. Hopefully it's a 2 XP weekend. And Kyler Murray just gets thrown around like a fucking rag doll. But yeah, I got the Eagles at to cover the spread and the money and to take the money line. Well, the money line is kind of a can of corn. Like I think the Eagles will absolutely win that game. The spread is the kind of questionable one, but I'm riding with the Eagles.
Yeah.
I believe the only 4-0 team in the league. Correct?
They are the only undefeated team in the league right now.
Yep. And this isn't going to be one of their losses. So.
No, I don't think so either. I know you picked Cowboys Rams. No?
Did it fucking touch it? But
Rams minus 5.5.
If we do want to talk about that game, I'm scared.
Why? Coop?
No, the Rams got absolutely embarrassed on Monday Night Football by the Niners. I was in the house for it. They got absolutely embarrassed. Sean McVay got embarrassed. Matt Stafford got embarrassed. Cam Akers got embarrassed. Allen Robinson got embarrassed. The only one that did it something good was Higbee and Cooper Kupp. And that's all they were feeding the ball to. So I do, like I said before, I do like the Cowboys defense. But getting embarrassed like that on Monday night and then bouncing back and playing not the best team in the league, playing honestly just a middle of the road type team is what I think the Cowboys are. I really do think it is in SoFi.
It's also in LA.
Yeah, it is in LA. And I would have probably liked it more if it was in Jerry's World. But yeah, I didn't touch it. I think the Rams go in there and absolutely shove a dick up their ass. Maybe not a dick, maybe win by 7. So I didn't want to touch it, but yeah, I just see that being a Cowboys L. It's okay. A Cowboys L written all over it. Hate to bet against the boys, but I'm not even betting on it in general, just hypothetically speaking.
I can understand that, which is surprising after you may or may not have said I'm riding with the boys always. So and that's where the credibility needs to come in check, because I'm taking the horseshoe this week, and we might lose, but I'm taking the horseshoe through and through. The line's only 3.5. We win this game. I
am also riding with the horseshoe.
Are you riding with the shoe?
The line is 3.5. I saw Randy Gregory's on the IR. And I also saw Melvin Gordon might not be able to play this. It's a Thursday game, correct?
It is a Thursday game.
It's going to be a short week for both teams, but possibly starting this third string running back who, when I was watching the game, dropped probably 6 fucking can of corn balls out of the fucking backfield.
Oh, Melvin Gordon?
No, not Melvin Gordon. It's Boone or Booney or whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
bro.
Just some random stuff I've never even heard of. Like,
even if, bro, Melvin Gordon has been playing like hot dog shit.
Melvin Gordon,
hot dog shit.
Dog shit. He was working out with Zeke. That's probably where he first fucked up in the offseason.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I'm riding with the I don't know if they're necessarily gonna win this game because it is in Denver, but I do like the 3.5, because even if they do lose by the late game field goal, which I could see it coming down the wire, I still win. So it was fine with me. I liked the number. That was the first one I really looked at, and I was like, yeah, I like this number. I'll take it. I'm not taking a Colts money line or anything. Or the over. I'm not touching the 42 either. Yeah. But Colts to cover that 3.5. I like.
And what else you got? You got money on Bears, Vikings, Chargers, Browns, Dolphins, Jets.
The Monday night game.
Monday night. Raiders, Chiefs. That's just gonna be. I don't even want to watch that game, bro.
The game's in fucking Arrowhead. Okay, that's where.
It's done. It's done. It's dusted. Write it off. Raiders are coming out of Week 5, 1-4. It's done.
The spread is at 7, I believe.
It's done. It is at 7. -7 for Kansas Shitty.
Yeah. And the money line is also clearly in favor of the Chiefs. And I'm riding both with the Chiefs after an absolute beatdown against Tampa Bay last week. The Raiders just they don't have the hype like they had to start off the season. The Chiefs are still them.
Yep. The Chiefs are all the way back.
I see Patrick Mahomes having another stellar fucking game against this defense in the Raiders, which, I mean, they're not terrible, but they're not the best. They do have Max Crosby, he's pretty fucking good for a little white boy, or not a little white boy. He's a ginormous white boy.
Absolute massive white boy, but still, I get what you're saying.
I'm taking the Chiefs at -7. I think they probably win this game by 10, at least 10. And then I'm riding with the money line too. I took a lot of. I went 2-2, 2 dogs, 2 favorites. But the favorites, I'm riding with them heavy on the money line and spread.
Yeah. So. And I can side with that. I can side with that big time. It's gonna be a banger of a Week 5, man.
Yeah,
They really, I
it's
mean,
gonna be a fantastic week 5. I
Car-
honest like I feel like we said about this about week 4 too. We didn't really love the slate like we're looking at this one right now, where we don't necessarily love it. But
I don't like this slate at all.
yeah, but I think the NFL typically doesn't disappoint. This is where they catch you. It's the best reality show on earth right now.
It really is.
And
It really is.
yeah, I mean, to run it back over, Chiefs spread money line, Eagles spread money line, Giants spread, Colts spread.
Okay.
That's my week 5 plays.
Okay. Gonna be getting into the trenches a little bit this week with these games, man. It's gonna be an exciting week. I could see the Jets coming out hot and beating the Dolphins.
Especially
with Zachary.
Is Bridgewater's definitely starting this week, right? Like they don't
Yes.
he didn't get hurt or anything.
Yes. If they play Tua, there is a problem going on in Miami, and that franchise needs to be blown the fuck up. In the franchise now, a bunch of bums for putting fucking Tua back in. That was disgusting.
Disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting. That's all I got on my side, Bark.
Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you to everybody who listened.
Guys.
In our first episode, thank you everybody who's tuning in on this one. We appreciate the love so much. It was actually a way bigger success than I think both of us thought it was going to be.
You can't even get, like, the love was felt insanely.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys a shit ton. You guys mean a lot. Continue to keep listening. We appreciate the feedback. One more thing before we close this out. I do want to address last week. We may have said some things about the Bills game with them not stopping the clock. I think we mentioned Singletary. I was corrected by a fan. It was actually Isaiah McKenzie who failed to run out of bounds. So thank you to that listener. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your insight. We appreciate those comments. Talk some shit in the chat. Bring it on. Come on now.
Let us hear it. We're working on things. We're trying to get it started. We're trying to take a sip sports all the way to the tippy top.
We're going to the moon, baby.
We're going to the moon.
We're going to have some guests for you guys coming in here soon. You might not know them. You might know them. I don't really give a shit. It's entertaining to us.
Yep.
It's going to be, I mean, I'm excited. Carter, are we going to officially knock on the ninth here on Sunday night?
I think we might have to do a little, not necessarily a live stream pod, but do a little game cast, almost a Peyton Manning Eli.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Type situation on Sunday night. Yeah. So stay tuned for that if you guys are still interested in us. But keep rocking with us. We love you guys.
Yeah, man. Keep rocking, keep rolling. We appreciate the love. We will see you guys next Monday, next Sunday night. We might do a little IG live for some questions. We'll see what goes on. But let's keep it cracking. Let's keep it sipping, boys. Keep sipping, baby. This is Take a Sip Sports. We out.